Chelsea with no need to go and chase that. In comes the cross, it's a good flick on. Bohard, excellent block by Terry again. And the final outcome is 2-2. Marcus Stewart with the equaliser at 2-2 with 10 minutes remaining. It seemed then set up, so the home crowd thought, for a home victory, but not to be. But the mystery remains as to why Chelsea, given a 2-0 lead by Ido Gudjonsson, were not able to hold on to that advantage. The belief is not there away that they find so easily at home. George Burley ends 6 years at the club. He will continue, of course, with a point against Chelsea at 2-2. They gave themselves too much ground to make up after the errors of the first half, and Chelsea's goals well taken. Ipswich Town 2, Chelsea 2. So from 2-0 up, he's obviously very disappointed.
Leggendo 2-0, sei molto dispiaciuto che ha pareggiato.
No, perché ero sicuro di perdere.
No, because I was sure we was going to lose the game.
So you accept that actually getting a point was a good result for you?
Prendere un punto era un buon risultato per il Chelsea.
No, noi vogliamo sempre prendere 3 punti.
No, we always want to get 3 points.
When you look at their side, and I think Hasselbank 15 million and all the millions they've spent, we've formed a squad from maybe players who from lower leagues, ones who haven't quite made it at other clubs, and of course with young players coming through, Titus Bramble, Richard Wright. So that's the way we've got to do it, and so far we're competing very well.
Yes, but he just said that he wasn't disappointed because he thought they were going to lose the game.
Tu hai detto che non pensava che perdeva la partita. Yeah, I think he thought he was going to lose the game.
Perché noi non sappiamo vincere fuori casa.
Because we don't know how to win away from home.
Actually, I think the first half an hour of the game we showed what we were capable of. No matter home or away, we showed that we can play. As soon as they got into the game a bit more, got the goal, our confidence seemed to drop a little bit, and in the end, it's probably 2 points lost rather than 1 gained.
I never expect to get goals. I mean, I have no targets for myself. So all my targets are to just keep fit and play as many games as I can. That's all I do. So if I get goals along the way, I'm happy with that.
So you are happy in the end because you thought you were going to lose. You are happy that you got a draw and weren't beaten.
Alla fine sei contento che ha preso un punto perché pensavi di perdere.
No, io volevo vincere.
No, I wanted to win the game.
So what have you got to do? We look at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and we
sono arrabbiato perché il Chelsea non ha giocato 90 minuti come I primi 15 minuti.
He said, I'm very cross because Chelsea didn't play for the whole 90 minutes like they did play for the first 15.
Fantastic stuff that was, wasn't it? I mean, he doesn't seem to be able to make his mind up which interpreter he wants.
Well,
whether a point's good away from home or what system he wants to play, or the players at the moment.
Well, I mean, look at his system. I mean, the team selection alone and the way he's tried to play. As we look at the lineup, he's actually got Desai. He's playing Desai here. We've highlighted. He's virtually playing as a left back. You're talking about one of the world's best centre backs as a left back. So you have to take that into account. Now going forward, Chelsea actually in the first half, after they weathered the early storm, there was Gudjonsson highlighted. They actually did really, really well. It's a superb first goal from Gudjonsson. He's a man in form at the moment in the side. The movement was good. They had Zola playing behind Gudjonsson and Hasselbank. Hasselbank movement was very, very good indeed. Prepared to run the flanks for Gudjonsson. And it's like anything, when you're scoring, the chances are obviously seem to fall to you every week. Great vision by Hasselbank, head up. Box full of blue-shirted Ipswich defenders, but he finds Gudjonsson, and that was a superb finish. Now, the problem then for Chelsea was that Wise missed a chance to make it 3-0, and then they're unassailable. Ipswich scored just before half-time, and then in the second half, well, they were just a shambles, absolute shambles.
Despite those 2 good goals, some from Gudjonsson, Ipswich always looked likely to score, didn't they?
They did. I mean, and they started the game extremely brightly, and De Hoyd come out and flattened a couple, and Ipswich would have thought, we're in with a chance here as well, and they've got extremely good movement. But there is no doubt that they always looked like they were going to score, but they were helped and aided and abetted in the second half by the system defensively that Chelsea tried to play, and just the fact it was like rank bad defending. And we talked about Desai and playing as a left back, and You know, every time the ball came into the penalty area, there was always a problem. No one seemed to know when to attack the ball. Everybody then just wanted to sit off and say, well, come on then, you deal with it. Goalkeeper comes, decides not to come, and in the end, you know, extremely lucky that Chelsea can actually clear it. And this from the corner, from Scowcroft's corner, and they attacked the ball very, very well, Ipswich, but there was nobody in command at all at the back for Chelsea. By this stage, they'd taken Melchior off, they'd moved Leboeuf to right back, Desai back into, that's Leboeuf we highlight now. This is the right back, and you end up 3 against 3, away from home, you're 2-1 down, your right back's 50 yards away from goal, and you concede the second one. But I mean, they ended up, they moved Desai back in, and again, it's like no one seemed to know what they were doing. This time, Desai in his better position, should have stood. Now, Bogard, who'd come on, play left back, he's a centre back, he gets drawn in, and straight away they're facing their own goal. Another cross comes in, and really, Gary, I have to say that, you know, throughout all that second half, our Ipswich in the end never actually took the points. I know De Hoy misses it completely. And it was Terry, the only fella in the back four who never moved all day in terms of his position, actually made the clearance. But, you know, you have to make the point, if Desai plays left back, you don't actually ask Stam to play left back for Manchester United, Tony Adams to play for Arsenal. And all right, maybe they might counter that and say, well, Melchior, the right back, was trying to push forward, but he never got forward all game.
The truth is, it's hard enough going playing your own position, let alone somebody else's.
Well, exactly, and you can just, I mean, Leboeuf playing right back, do me a favour, I'd have fancied you in that position better.
Yeah, steady.
Well, maybe not.
Now, I can feel at home every Ipswich fan in the country going, hang on a minute,
yeah.
we've done really well today, we've done really well all season. I mean, you've got to give them some credit.
Well, no, they had all the credit, because every time they looked like they were going to score, and it looked just like from those clips that they were just throwing the ball in the box. They weren't, they just realised that Chelsea had all sorts of problems in there, so they used what was available on the day. You know, I mean, Marcus Stewart says he doesn't really feel like he's going to score, but he looks like he's going to score every time. Scowcroft's a handful, Matty Holland as well, good for going from midfield, and Bramble, as he got stronger in the game. They've got some good players. They remind me of a Leicester 3 and 4 years ago when they got into